can I overcome my fears? So there's two fears that you're born with. There's a fear of falling, right? Obviously that's good to have, and the fear of loud sounds. And these are good to actually have built in, right? And there are certain fears that are good to have, whether it's a fear of venomous snakes. But there's a lot of other fears that, for example, public speaking, that a lot of people have that aren't helpful. So the question is, can I get rid of those fears? You see, all those fears that are outside the first two, and some might say abandonment is the third one, but most of the fears have been learned. And because they've been learned, they can be unlearned. Now, what we need to do is also figure out why you learned that and unlearn that. Because there's a reason why you're afraid. You feel like something happened in the past, and because it happened in the past, you don't want it to happen again. So what I do is I help people understand their fear. So the first thing you want to do to understand it is to precisely know exactly what that fear is. For example, people say, well, I got a fear of public speaking. But most of the time, it's not that case. It's that they have something more specific than that. And it's not about public speaking. Usually it's the fear of saying something stupid, the fear of being made fun of. And then I go, who specifically? Because sometimes they're comfortable speaking around a bunch of people. It's just that, well, perhaps I get up on stage and in front of people who are wearing suits or business people, I feel like they're an authority figure, and then I get scared. So you really want to define exactly what that is for you so we can work through that. And then, for example, in that case, we'll figure out, well, what does an authoritative figure mean to you? And you might say, well, the teacher would always, tell me to shut up, or would always make fun of me in front of the classroom, so that's why I had this fear. Now I'll go in there and help you resolve that, help you overcome that. And once you overcome it, it's like the fear actually magically, in an interesting way, disappears. Now, to follow that up, another thing that you can do is to have some slow exposure. So what does that mean? Well, you're going to incrementally try a few things. So if you're afraid of public speaking, right, instead of going and doing a full presentation, maybe you just try and get up on stage, okay, and see how that feels, right? And as you relax into that, okay, well, it's not so bad. Then we try something else. Maybe you just say something simple like, hi, my name's John, right? And then we keep adding and adding and adding. Most people just try to do everything at once and then they feel overwhelmed and it's too much. So we want to get to a place where you feel comfortable, and then we can take more and more steps. And in some time, you'll realize, hey, maybe I actually enjoy it. And a lot of the fears you'll actually realize are things you want to do. Because even if I had a fear of snakes, I don't care about that. I'm not trying to touch a bunch of snakes, right? And that's fine. So think about, what are the fears that you want to overcome? And if you want help overcoming them, feel free to reach out to me. I typically help mostly business owners overcome their fears. And once they've overcome those fears, they start doing the things that they haven't been doing. And is there anything that you haven't done? Well, if there is, things that would grow your business, that would increase the amount of money you make and give you the freedom, reach out to me. There's a link below. You can schedule that 45-minute session and I'll see you there. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.